Welcome to another edition of the most consistent, prolific, and dedicated uploads in YouTube's history. This is the Dynamic Sean's View Entertainment right here on YouTube.com. Make sure to like this video and subscribe. Everyone's been asking me, what's going on with Seth Rollins? What's the update on him? Any news stories, any rumors, any speculation? Well, here it is, just coming in now, straight off the press, according to DWN, regarding Seth Rollins attempting a cash-in by interfering in the John Cena versus Brock Lesnar match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at Night of Champions Sunday night on the WWE Network for just $9.99. Several ideas were discussed, but the idea of using Rollins was first brought up a few weeks ago, and they went back to that plan. And remember, you heard it first on Sean's View Entertainment that Seth Rollins was practicing the curb stomp with Brock Lesnar prior to Night of Champions, and that is the exact finish that they went with on the night. So once again, while I'm wrong, I'll also be right. Everyone always calls me out when I'm wrong, but they fail to say when I'm right. Isn't that funny? But that's just the trolls, the haters, and the skeptics. Plus, I never said that I'd be right on everything, all right? Sometimes plans change, goes in another direction. It's not my fault. WWE went with Rollins hitting Cena with the briefcase, essentially destroying his chance at redemption in an attempt to build Rollins as a top heel in the company, which the WWE is running pretty low on heels, and they need to establish. They have to have better booking, better strategy around their heels. And Seth Rollins has the opportunity to break through that glass ceiling as one of the all-time great heels of the last few years. WWE officials, and this is interesting to me, and I hope this happens, WWE officials are in a hurry to build new stars. They should have done that a long time ago. But yes, they do have a lot of superstars to build from, especially down in NXT. And felt that was the best course of action as they build to the big plans that they have for Rollins as a heel. The only problem, though, is there's going to be a lot of fans that chant for Seth Rollins. They're going to cheer for Seth Rollins. They're going to thumbs up Seth Rollins. And that's the thing about the fans nowadays. Yeah, they can boo and cheer whoever they want. When you're a paying customer, you can do that. But it kind of kills the vibe of a heel. You're supposed to boo the heels, and I know, once again, you can do whatever you want. I'm not coming on here and saying that you have to boo, you have to cheer for Seth Rollins, but it just adds to the overall product, the presentation. I mean, imagine back in the day when Ric Flair was a top heel, and he was a draw, and he was relevant. Imagine back then if fans were actually cheering for Ric Flair when he went against Sting. Imagine back in the day when Ric Flair was going against a top face, a top good guy, okay, in the NWA, WCW, whatever, and you cheered for Ric Flair. A lot of people would be looking at you with a blank expression. People would be looking at you like you had three heads. But nowadays, that kind of thing is very relevant and prevalent in the WWE or in professional wrestling in general. It's almost like if you know how to wrestle, if you know your way around that ring, if you can, put some moves together, you're going to get cheered whether or not you're a good guy or a bad guy. But this phase has been going on for a very long time, and I realize that. But it really wasn't this much recognizable in the 70s and the 80s. It really wasn't. I mean, when the NWO made it cool to be bad guys. But listen, I'm sure Seth Rollins will be able to outmaneuver the cheers. I'm sure Seth Rollins will come up with some kind of plan or orchestrate something in his mind to outdo the cheers. Remember, WWE wasn't even planning on Seth Rollins being cheered in his own hometown. They thought he was going to get booed because of the heel that he was. Seth Rollins is still green. Seth Rollins, believe it or not, is still new. He still has to develop. Not as much as Roman Reigns, but he still has to develop. And if he wants to be a true badass heel, here's the thing. In a day and era where fans can cheer and boo whoever they want, if you truly are a top heel and you get those fans to actually boo you and never cheer you as a heel, you're doing your job. Subscribe.